Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner. This is a little gossip chat, okay? A little who said that chat. Y'all know I change the name all the time. We will see when this goes up because y'all know YouTube be like a real stank a dank dank, okay? It is currently midnight on Tuesday morning, basically, so hopefully it goes up in the morning. If you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and look at my whole JayBird, JayBird, dun 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 dun, okay, and all that goodness. All that goodness. Do not forget to also like this video. Hit that little like button to also like, subscribe, share. Y'all know the regular stuff, but let's get started. Now, not much has been happening, so I don't know how long it's gonna be, but I'm gonna say what I can say, Fetty Wap. Fetty Wap was out here in these streets. He was, he was on a city vacation, okay? He, was in Vegas, got into it with the little valet and like two of the hotel staff, and the police came and said, you know what, come have a seat with us in the building that we work at. And so he was there for a little while. He was charged with misdemeanor battery, and I'm like, oh, he up been messing with folk. So they don't say the reason for the altercation. They don't say why he was messing with them three people. None of that is said. But he was taken down for a city vacation. But he was also released as well. After he got charged, it was three counts because it was three people that he allegedly, put his hands on. I'm like, I need him to just kind of look out for stuff like that. Like, don't be out here acting foolish or whatever. Just sit down somewhere, bro, because I don't think you got enough money to fight them cases. And, the one thing that's a huge thing in the news right now is Kevin Hart. As we all know, Kevin Hart was in a crazy car accident. It's Tuesday? Sunday, late. Well, like 1 o'clock in the morning, Sunday morning. Girl, 1 a.m. Monday morning. Y'all know how it is or whatever. So he is currently recovering in the hospital. He had to have back surgery because of the car accident. Now, he was a passenger in the car. It was so many conflicting reports, and I've seen so many crazy comments, but let's just try to get everything in order. So the person who was actually driving was this gentleman, okay? His name is Jared Black, and that is his fiance, Rebecca. Rebecca is Inigo's trainer. She also works with, who was the girl name? Tati Westbrook. She also works with her as well. So she's like a celebrity trainer. So that's who was in the car. So many people was like, oh, was Kevin cheating? Oh, what they do? Why was he? And I'm like, see, and that's the other reason why I did not report on it earlier, because it was just speculation. So I'm like, let me just give it time to like let stuff come out little bit by little bit. But I seen so many, oh, he must be cheating. Oh, he probably was really driving. Oh, the girl must have been with him. I'm like, it just made me mad. But, TMZ did catch up with Inigo today. She was on her way back to the hospital because Kevin had back surgery. And we don't know the extent of his injuries. We don't know what kind of back surgery. We don't know any of that. But because it was conflicting reports that he was paralyzed, he couldn't walk, he couldn't talk, and she's like, no, he's fine. He'll recover. He is talking, but you can also tell she feel like talking to them. And I feel like TMZ be real pushy or whatever. But, she said enough to where she like, let me say enough to where they can stop saying that he can't talk and he can't walk. No, he's recovering fine. He's talking or whatever. Well, is he laughing? No, he ain't laughing. He just got into... And she was like, no, but he's in good spirits. And she was just walking, mind her own business or whatever. So, that is a great thing to hear. The car. Okay. So, let's get these. So, we see who the people is. I want to kind of get through this. I don't want to be too long. Okay. So, the car that he was driving was Kevin's car. It was Kevin's, it was a vintage Plymouth Barracuda. It's a muscle car. So, Kevin gifted himself this car for his birthday, like in June or July of this year. So he hasn't even had the car that long, but he has other muscle cars. And I feel like the reason they made it out was because it was an old car. Old cars were made of good metal. Okay, it can withstand some kind of stuff metal. So that's truly the thing. They brought up that Jared was, oh, girl, fix your face. Jared was the one driving. The police said that Jared was actually pinned in the car. And Rebecca had minor injuries, so she was fine. So Rebecca did not have to go to the hospital, but the dude Jared did. He was actually airlifted to a hospital where Kevin was able to get out the car. His security came to the location because again they were close to Kevin's house because they which is probably going from the test drive the car. But Kevin's team came to get him, took him back to the house, but then he was still taken to the hospital. And if you look at the car, like the car photos, so they were lucky to be alive. They were on Mulholland Drive. Everybody know around that area. It is very, very windy roads. It's a treacherous road. I have heard about lots of car accidents around this place because the turns are so sharp. And again, a muscle car it's a strong, fast car. I feel like the guy who was driving it did not know how to handle the car. I think it's that simple, and it's easy if you're driving a car that you're not used to driving in that kind of environment. You can have an accident. So that is the car because again, it went through, it went, it went off road. Okay, it went through the little fence or whatever, down the little. I don't want to say mountain, but down the little hill. Okay, down a little hill or whatever, and then they had to pull the car up. Okay, now y'all saw how the car was before. They had to pull the car up, and as you can see from the photos, the car is completely total. Okay, and again, they all three of them are lucky to be alive. TMZ had these photos, so yeah, that's the car fully pulled out. The front end of the car is totally destroyed. The roof was crushed in because the car also flipped over, and that's the reason they all were basically hurt except for the one girl. Who was Rebecca? Said the car. Y'all saw how the car looked before. Okay, so is lucky. They are all lucky to be alive. They have not said the extent of the guy Jared's injuries, but they just kept saying it was severe, major back injuries for both him and for Kevin. So again, more photos of the car because it's total. And people were like, oh, it was probably a setup. Kevin was probably the one that was really driving. And, why was he able to leave the scene? All these things. So this picture is TMZ, of course, got as well. And you can see the tire marks where the car veered off the road, lost control, and then went down that way. And, of course, that's the car at the count in the impound. So, I mean, look at that. Look at that, okay? So it's a two-seater, okay? So the one thing is, I feel like someone had to have been in the back seat. I think Kevin was in the back seat. But I'm like, you can just see how damaged the car is. It's crazy. So again, they all made it out alive, okay? Kevin was supposedly the first person out the car. Now, people were saying, how did he get out? How was he able to walk home if he had back injuries? I'm like, I don't think, one, he didn't walk home. They came and got him. Okay, that's from he lives down the street. He has security. What do you think about? Okay, but again, he was the first one out. There were conflicting reports on if he got himself out. They think what actually happened was the EMS or firefighter people got him out or whatever, and he went home. I don't think people understand that when you get into a car accident, your adrenaline is so hype. Okay, you're full of energy because your body is kind of in protective mode, so you don't even realize how hurt you were. When I got into my accident in 2016, I did not even realize how total my car was because I was so wired, and I didn't realize how much pain I was in until maybe like 30 minutes later. And I'm like, no, I don't need no attention. I don't need nothing to leave me alone. I want to go home. I want to go home. And because I had to wait for my mom to get to the scene, that's when my body, the adrenaline wore off. And I'm like, oh, I'm in pain. So same thing that already happened with Kevin. I just wish people would not jump the gun and make it seem like, oh, he was up to something. This must be like the Terrence Jay and that girl, and it was far from that. He was literally in the car with another couple because Jared and Elizabeth are engaged to be married. I'm like, it's just kind of crazy. But why was he able to leave the scene? They didn't hit anybody. They said the driver wasn't drunk. It wasn't a crime scene. You do know if you get into an accident and all they're doing is pulling the car up, and if you don't want medical attention, you can leave. They know who you are. So, I mean, we just wish him a speedy recovery. You know what I'm saying? Car accidents, back injuries are nothing to play with. Like, I speak from experience, okay? I still to this day have back issues, and honey, it's crazy. So, again, we switch him, Jared, the girl Rebecca, ACB. Because again, that could have ended completely different. We know of many people, famous or no, who have gotten into car accidents and didn't make it, or was lucky to be alive. And looking at that situation, completely lucky to be alive. The car veered down the terrain. Okay. Anyway, the next thing up that, because again, it's not too much stuff going on. Portia, then it's out here a whole couple now. Now, that's the most I could show, okay, without thinking my page may get flagged, okay? Because they was at a party in Vegas, like a pool party, so they was in bikinis and whatever. And Portia was basically, she showed what she could show. She showed as much as she could. Okay, let's just say that. And I'm like, I'm not going to show that on my channel. But again, Portia and Dennis are back together. I'm not shocked. I feel like they are a new couple. Okay, they're going to make up a couple more times. And it also is for the show. I feel like it's all of that rolled into one. Now, someone commented on Dennis's IG page from the photos he posted of him and Portia or whatever, and they said, you should marry her since y'all in Vegas. And he said him saying, oh yeah, in the morning. I don't think Portia and Dennis gonna get married in Vegas in the morning. I think he was like, whatever, man, because they want a wedding special. They trying to hold off for what special. You can't tell me no different. But I mean, if they like it, I love it. I mean, a new couple alert, old couple alert, they'll be fine. The other couple we have now is Jeannie Mai and Young Jeezy. Okay, they're a whole new couple right now. Now, y'all know Jeannie Mai was on The Real. Not she did, but we saw a picture of Jeezy, her, Malika, OG Genesis back in like January. That I think Malika posted or whatever. And so it was word about them being a couple back then. And she was on her show and she spoke about it. It's like, we're not a couple, but you know what I'm saying? We are, like, we do know each other. Hey, we know each other, and not only that, we, man, we just enjoy each other's company. Jeannie, I think once she divorced her husband and whatever, I think she became more of her honest self. Not that she was fake before, but I think because she had a husband, I think her style was changing. I think they were together for a season, but that wasn't her forever. I just don't think it was. And I ain't saying her and Jeezy gonna get married. I ain't saying that, but I am saying Jeezy may have a thing for dark chocolate. Okay, I think she may want some milk duds or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She may want some dog meat or whatever. I think that's just kind of what she is really into, and I think since she's kind of found herself, and she seems happier now that she's out of that marriage. Not that she was unhappy in it, but I think she has a little freedom within herself. So I mean, I think they're a cute couple, but I don't know how long it's gonna last. But they're a cute couple. I think Jeezy is grown up. He's no longer, trying to be a dope dealer or whatever. And it's a good look. It's a good look. I do wonder if I know she's gonna bring it up when the show comes back on this week or whatever. But we shall see. What else is I gonna talk about? Did I get the Beyonce stuff? Because y'all know people was all up in arms saying how, oh, Beyonce looks pregnant. We think Beyonce's pregnant. I done put pictures up. Okay, so they was saying how Beyonce was pregnant. Beyonce went to Made in America Fest, and she was like, joke's on you. I am not pregnant at all, okay? Because this is the outfit that they had pictures of her in. Well, other people had pictures of her in this outfit there, and I will admit the ones that they showed, it didn't look like she was pregnant. She just didn't look as skinny as she usually do. Like she ate a burger. like she ate a burger. And I feel like they act, it's crazy. So she posts her own photos of herself, like, girl, bye, ain't no baby up in this belly. And I feel like, based on, how much of a hard time she had with the twins, I feel like, and this other picture they had of her, that made it look like she was thicker in the waist area. And on these pictures, she clearly isn't. Clearly she, but I think she maybe had a burger. And that was it. I don't think when Beyonce's pregnant, we won't see her until she wants us to see her and wants us to know she's pregnant. I think when Beyonce's pregnant and she's starting to show, she don't come out much at all. And she just doesn't at all. So I'm like, I don't think she's pregnant. And if she was pregnant, we would not know until the babies came out of her vagina. And not even then, because we didn't know the twins was born until like 2 weeks later. But I mean, I digress. But leave Beyonce alone. Let her eat a sandwich or whatever, and let her have a little bit of a pudge if she wants to. Leave the lady alone. I'm Future. We know Future keep having kids. He keeps having kids all the time. So, baby mama number 7, Eliza Rain. I think her name is Eliza. Okay, that's the 7th. She's number 7. That's the 7th kid. I think the 6th baby mama, the 7th kid. But, I mean, it's a lot. So, supposedly, he's trying to get a gag order against her, mainly because she is all on social media, just talking all kind of stuff. Now, they have a daughter, and that's his daughter. Period. Okay, because she looked like all the other kids. So even though the girl is in court trying to get child support, and she's trying to get him to take a paternity test to prove he's the father. I mean, she looked like Lil Future, and Lil Future looked like Big Future, and Big Future looked like that little girl. So that's his baby. That's his nose as well. So but again, Eliza is all in the blogs on her social media, just talking about everything. Okay, talking about what everything. So first she said this, okay? He came back around, we got cool. Half after past, he made promises, then he disappeared again. I'm not running no down to do what he's supposed to do, so I finally decided to let the courts chase him instead. Regardless of how she got here, she's here, so stop making excuses justifying a grown man abandoning an innocent child. Last but not least, since y'all making him the victim, I don't think anybody's making him the victim. If only y'all knew these messages on my phone, you'd be surprised. I didn't file 3 months ago. She also said, to be honest, I really think he did this and forced my hand to make me look bad. Like, this is what I planned to do the whole time. I tried so many times to make things right with him for the sake of little mama. I didn't want courts involved. I've never been into that. I was raised on the courts for the police. I was raised on the courts for police assholes. That may be a rap song. I don't know. I was raised in and out of juvie. I don't want to see a courtroom either, but at this point, it is what it is. And listen what I'm going to say about this. Does Future have to take care of this kid? Absolutely. Should he be out? Should she not get no child support? No, she should get child support. However, you can't complain about him not being a stand-up, good father. You can't complain about him being a deadbeat. He was a deadbeat before you got pregnant. I feel like everyone saw. We rarely really see Future with his kids, and it is because he's just too busy. He just isn't a hands-on father. He isn't. I think he just likes to be with his kids when it's cute. Birthdays, ID photos or whatever, that's what it is. But I mean, like, it wasn't a secret that he was a difficult baby daddy. The stuff he went through with Sierra, and you were pregnant at the same time someone else was pregnant. So, girl, bye. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy how she feel like people is making him the victim and making it seem as if she's the bad person because she's asked for child support. No, what we're saying is you knew who he was before you got pregnant. Look, I'm not having no kid by no man who has 5 other kids who I clearly see he not really there for. I can clearly see he don't really be doing much. I can clearly see the mothers do more than he do. I don't know what made you think you different if he didn't do that with the first 5. So my thing is, he isn't a victim, and she isn't guilty, whatever. But she's stupid. You're stupid because you put yourself in this situation. Like, you can't see what someone is and then get mad when they treat you the same way they treat everybody else. He showed you who he was. You chose to believe what his mouth was saying and not what his actions showed you. Clearly, you must be blind. You should have been with Fetty Wap. But I mean, it's just kind of, girl, get your few little dollars from that man over, because she also has an older daughter too. But I had to move, or I can't show my older daughter anymore because it was so many people, talking stuff, whatever. She was getting bullied at school, all these things because of what I'm doing. And I'm like, well, you should have thought about, because now you still all on social media with it. I feel like, take that man to court. You don't have to be spreading it low and spreading it wide, which just means you letting everybody in the world know what's going on if you didn't want to. You could have easily handled all of this in court. You didn't have to go to that social media thing to say anything. Okay, if you want to protect your kids and you don't want them bullied, then stop telling us the dirt. Okay, because even if you don't post your daughter, the people in her school, in her neighborhood know who she is because you her mama. And you keep showing her sister. Okay, so I'm thinking you not making nothing any better about, oh, I'm not gonna post my older daughter so that people can't see what she is now, but you're gonna still have the antics that you're gonna post. And then she said, well, I'll still post my newest daughter, future child. I'll post her because she's too young to read the blogs. No, you're gonna keep posting her because that's what's getting you attention. It's just people need to stop sometimes this thinking. I don't think they do. Okay. And I only have a few other little quick things I'm gonna just read from the blogs. So, oh, let me take them off here. Two Can Play That Game. Y'all know Two Can Play That Game was on BT. It was starring a whole bunch of people, but mainly I say it was starring. Well, it was Lauren London. The dude from Insecure, who name I cannot pronounce, but some Sarunas Jackson. Okay, Parker McKenna Posey, Jackie Longas was in there as well, and it was produced by Tracy Edmonds. Now we had a season one. They was waiting to see if it would get a season two, and they don't know yet. BET is known for canceling shows after one season. Okay, or they're known for giving the show a second season and then cancel it the third season. BET rarely recently has been, keeping any kind of good show for any long period of time. Most shows on their last 3, 4 seasons. I think the longest season of a show was probably Being Mary Jane, and even that was like canceled, and then it took them like 2 years to give us the finale. So I mean, like, I'm not surprised that it's taking them forever to renew it or to cancel it. I don't think it should be canceled, but if it was canceled, I wouldn't be so sad. I also think the timing of it being played was kind of crazy. That was when, Nipsey was passed away, so Lauren London really wasn't promoting it at all. And if you know it, Lauren London was like the main star of it, so it's hard for you to have a show that you would have assumed the main star Lauren would have been promoting, but she couldn't because she was grieving. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think it was just a weird time. I think it should get a season two. They should get some better writers, and give us a bomb season two. If they gave Boomerang a season two, they can get Two Better Game season two as well. I mean, it wasn't a horrible show. It wasn't horrible, but I mean, I'm not surprised if it go one way or the other. Blac Chyna said she wants to give her mama a spinoff show, and how she does not get child support from either of her kids' daddies. Let's handle this one thing at a time. I don't think that Blac Chyna or mama need to be on reality TV. I think they are toxic, and I think if they don't, they need some counseling. They do. And I think my mom's great. I think she's funny and she's entertaining. I think people like her, whatever. No, y'all crazy. She said my mom was funny and witty, and I think a lot of people might feel the same way. And I think she's misunderstood. She needs to be understood by a professional. So do you. I don't watch her show, so I won't watch her mama's show either. And all about her talking about how she does not get child support from Tiger or Rob, I feel like it's because her, Tiger, and Rob probably bring in the same amount of money every month. I don't think the same money that she brings in from whatever endorsement she get, IG stuff that she do, or her business. I think that's the same amount of money that Rob gets from his mama, or that Tiger gets from doing whatever it is Tiger do. I think the reason she made it seem like it was, oh, I do it all by myself. I'm like, I think it's also because her and the daddies have 50-50 custody. So it's not as if they're not also providing when they have the kids. I'm looking like, girl, okay. I mean, Rob ain't making no money. And I don't know how much I can make him, but girl, it's fine. I mean, just next time, pick a third. Maybe it's gonna be better than that. People was getting mad because LeBron James has filed a trademark for Taco Tuesday, and why can he do that? That's the normal term, and that's been around before him. About people really don't understand what it means to trademark something. When you trademark something, all it means is you plan to use it for business. Like you're gonna promote it in some kind of. It makes sense. It doesn't mean that a person can't say Taco Tuesday. It just means if I'm able to take trademark Taco Tuesday, and I'm gonna have shirts for Taco Tuesdays, or I'm gonna have a business, whatever it is, you can't do that too, and you can't get mad because someone thinks to trademark something that they consistently use. Like every week, LeBron James is all on IG with the damn Taco Tuesday crap, and I think it makes sense. Okay, now it says his company trademarked it, the phrase, okay, and he wants to make it a podcast and a social media post. It says it's for advertising and marketing services provided by means of indirect methods of marketing communications, namely or solely social media, search engine marketing, inquiry marketing, mobile marketing, blogging, and other forms of passive, shareable, or viral communication channels. I'm not surprised. I'm not. I think people don't realize how you can capitalize off the things that you're doing, but people don't think about it. Okay, so I mean, I told y'all all the time, JLeesCorner is trademarked all up and through. Okay, and the last thing I'm gonna go over, Monica and Brandy. Now, Dallas Austin, who was a producer who worked with TLC and all kind of people back in the day, and including Monica and Brandy, he is also Chili's baby daddy. Now, he did an interview with Vlad TV, and he said a couple different things, but this the main thing broke out. So we all know how Monica and Brandy have not had the best friendship over the years. They have always had like a I see you, but you not what invited to my barbecue type of thing. So Dallas said when they performed at some award show back in like 2012, how long ago, maybe 20, whenever was the first time they performed or the only time they performed the boys' man together. I forgot what the award show was. How Monica punched Brandy in the face. I'm not surprised, really. He kept bringing up how, saying back in the day Monica was hood. I think Monica still hood to this day. Well, no, he called her ghetto. He called her ghetto, but I say hood. But I get what he meant. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I do think Monica and Brandy came from two different situations. Not that I think Brandy isn't hood or ghetto. I think Brandy has a level of hoodness to her. I just think she was poised to not bring it out. I think back then she was innocent because she had such a large team surrounding her for so long, and Monica was just was ATL bound. But he said that because Monica said how she knew Brandy would say something smart, and so she punched her before she could say it. And I said, well, people do that. Okay, people do that. Now, all these years later, th- neither one of them have ever like really talked about it. They always talk around it, but and they try to make it seem as if now there isn't an issue, but there was one back then, and it's because they were just so young. Monica came out when she was like 14, and Brandy was just as young. So I think you had two young teenage girls who were from two different sides of the world and looked at just two different people, and y'all had them on a song knowing they didn't really like each other. So I mean, that's on y'all. I ain't surprised. I'm not. I don't think either one of them will admit to it now. I think all we will ever get is probably Dallas Austin's admittance of it, and I think other people have said that it did happen. But I mean, okay, that doesn't mean that Brandy ever punches Monica in the face. She deserves it because you punched her when she was before. Girl, I don't make the news that it's reported. Anyway, I told y'all it was a must. I hope this was not too boring for y'all. We will see what other things come out in the news later on this week. If not, I will be back, honey. I don't know when. Okay, if you have watched this whole thing, I need you to put Jar Pickles um shot glasses okay, and strawberries. And listen, this, and remember, the key to do it is so that no one else will know what you are talking about. Some of y'all be putting just the three code words. I'm looking like clearly y'all didn't watch it and y'all just put the words and y'all lose the game. So again, you have to use it in a way where no one else can realize what you are talking about. You don't even have to use all three words, okay? You can just use one. It's just a fun part of it. Anyway, I'm done. Peace.